Hello and welcome to this, the best of the best round 5 banger racing series on Wreckfest Xbox One. I'm your host tonight. My name is Twisty03, and I'm joined by the icon, the legend, the leader of men, and occasional F2 racer, Sean136. Hello, Sean.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. It's, again.
Good, good. Yeah,
It's,
definitely. I think we've got a few sponsors that we need to mention as well tonight, of course. So main sponsor of the meeting tonight is Lucky Bet 133. Obviously, only bet what you can afford and stop when the fun stops. All the odds for tonight's drivers are on his page, so go and find that. And also sponsored tonight by Sleazy's Pet Prosthetics, Banji's Lungy Jumping, J Taylor's Grass Cutting, Big Dog's Reheated Burgers, and Rob's Big Wangers. So, yeah, they're the sponsors, Sean. Are there any of those that take your fancy, mate?
oh, I do fancy a Rob Wanger, to be honest with you. One of those big wangers.
Yeah?
That's definitely one of them. Oh, yeah. It's, can't beat a big wanger, can you?
Well, this is true. You don't fancy one of the reheated burgers from Big Dog's Burger Van? Or, we've got the
bit tempting,
St. John's Ambi. We've got the St. John's Ambi on standby just in case. And we've also ordered extra portaloos and positioned them round his burger van. So yeah, that's all set up and ready to go.
Fantastic.
So we've got a little list, haven't we, of stuff that we wanted to talk about.
We do.
Oh, we're also being reminded, a big sponsor. The reason I forgot Lucky, of course, is because we had your betting site sponsoring us tonight, but we've got Lucky's Graphics also sponsoring us. Probably a more serious sponsor than the rest.
Yeah, definitely.
Massive thank you to Lucky for the posters for this meeting and the posters for pretty much every big meeting you see on the Xbox. So keep doing what you're doing, mate. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, definitely.
Gypsy driver's just been to the big burger van and they have no fries. What's going on? No idea. No idea. Maybe he's just reheating them, mate. We'll see how he gets on with that. So, Sean, we wanted to talk about the esports vision.
Yeah.
Now, I know me and you have talked about this on many of our late night chats. So
many a night. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's this all about? What's the vision going forward, Sean?
The idea going forward is that doing these sorts of meetings is to get more interest from Bugbear and possibly other developers moving forward. And eventually, maybe, if you look on Twitch, there is loads of esports stuff. And believe it or not much it goes of racing games, really, to be honest with you. And we generally believe that Wreckfest could be a game that could get a decent following from it if pushed in the right direction. If Bugbear got it and went, well, we could do something with this, and doing these sort of things is massively trying to get it out there, and being as big as we can be with what we've got.
Yeah, I mean, I think I seem to remember, and I wish I'd researched this before the meeting, but way back when I must have been about 14, 15, there used to be a series on Sky Sports 1, and they had teams from all over the world battling it out, and I think they had 5 different teams within that team. So they'd first battle it out on a fighting game, then they'd battle it out on a racing game, then I think they always finished it with Counter-Strike. And one thing that always struck me about the racing game, they used the Forza Motorsport series, but it was never proper racing. It was just basically banger racing. You'd have one driver going the right way trying to win the race, and they'd have the other driver turning it round doing the other people on Oppo. So I thought, basically, they got banger racing here, but they're using Forza for it, and they were all driving around in big TVRs. So, obviously, if they can put something like that on, I don't think it was on Sky One, then there's no reason why we can't keep on building this. Obviously, we're never quite going to get to that sort of stage, but you never know. Esports is getting big now. YouTube's getting big. Twitch is getting big. So the more of that sort of stuff we can do, I think the better.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. Well, moving on, the perfect thing with the esports would be to use is sort of the calendar cup, really, isn't it? It's one of the ideal things you could use for an esports style event on a regular basis. Sadly, this month isn't going to be streamed, I believe, but moving forward it will be.
That's sad. I mean, last month we streamed Barton Boys versus TGU. I was half bladdered as we did it, but I think that made the commentary better. And it was a really, really good meeting. I mean, to be fair, you boys didn't quite push TGU as much as I think they might get pushed tomorrow night.
Yeah, definitely.
But as you said, it's a shame that that's not going to be streamed. But I'm sure some of the drivers have said they're going to stream, so maybe we'll be able to catch some of them streams tomorrow. But there won't be any commentary for it, which is a shame. But one idea we do have that would have a bit of commentary applied to it, Sean, is a team series that's been recommended by one of your teammates, Sleazy.
It has, yeah. That's correct. So the basic idea is that we have two teams, 7v7, but the teams are going to be random. So a post would go up and drivers can book into it. Those drivers will then go into a random draw, and the top 14 drivers, they're the drivers that will race on the night of the team meeting. And then on the night, we'll pick our drivers in the stream for whatever team. And we've got a couple ideas as well to make it a bit spicier than that as well. And you'll sort of race, one race will race for me and one will race for Twisty. So it'll be sort of commentator v commentator per se. So we can have some good banter in that with that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously my team will win, but it's the taking part that counts, Sean. But if you're listening and you fancy having a go at that, then by all means, put your names down. Let us know what the support for that sort of event will be. I think the main thing is it would be nice to get drivers racing with each other who wouldn't normally race with each other. And it'll take that competitive edge off the team meetings that we normally see, where people are getting pinned up against the wall and not moving. And it'll just be all-out big shots. Just people trying to entertain. I think hopefully it won't get to a stage where we get a driver who nobody wants.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's many of those about.
No, I don't think so, no. Just had some good news.
Oh, yeah?
It is going to be streamed, the Cup, tomorrow night.
Oh, very good.
I will be commentating on it, and I believe it is 7 o'clock. I will confirm, but I believe it is. So that is moving forward. We will mention that more later on, but we probably want to get going with this.
Yeah, great news that somebody has found a set of balls. If everyone's ready, we will get this little heat one going. The introduction's ready. Are you ready with your introductions, Sean?
Oh, I'm ready and waiting. I've written them up this afternoon. Doesn't mean they're any good live, but I've written them up this afternoon.
So did I. Yeah, I'm quite happy with mine, but I have realised, having done them all, that they're pretty serious, mine. I've not put too many jokes into mine this month.
Yeah, mine aren't either. One thing I've got some news is it's not Bandit's team isn't Team Black anymore. It's Crash Zone. So just so you know, because there's two of them in here. It's just
right, of course, yes, yeah. I hadn't even thought about that. Crash Zone sponsored by Bandits Lungy Bungee Jumps.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, fair enough. Specialists on Bloomfield Oval, I believe.
Well, yeah, but still a place you could do it, isn't it? You know.
It is. Yeah, well, I don't know. There's a few tracks that you could maybe do it on. Right, I'm gonna go and park myself over here by Bulldozer. Oop. Not the only thing got track that's the same size as me. Yeah.
I'm gonna
get that retired up.
Scratching Ginger's fantastic looking Granada.
Don't be doing that, mate. Don't be doing that.
This truck isn't designed around here. Nearly rolled over in the corner. a bit soft. I think I got suspension on soft. Right.
Oh.
You want? So, crying out loud! I just retired. You. Clown. Right.
Wow. Maybe
Just,
if we could get one of the other drivers to push Sean off the track, that would be marvellous. And then hopefully the other drivers will know what they're doing on the roll. And thankfully, Sprat has... you know what? I nearly didn't retire mine. I nearly didn't retire mine thinking, just in case. And I thought, no, it's alright, Sean's got it in control. I mean, to be fair, you do race for the Barton boys. You are used to being wrecked on that straight, aren't you? Not moving,
Cheers,
so...
that's true, yeah. Right, yeah. Blown engine straight off. Blown engine from the pace car, everyone. Right, so moving forward, so Sprat is the first one coming round who happily pushed my car off there. He is a member of Team Crash Zone, and he is your round 4 winner, who mainly races Northern Bangers. He's classed one of the quicker drivers on Wreckfest, is currently leading their points as well. Last month he managed to break away early from on the pack in the final and get the win. So we may see a repeat today. We're running a different car today, running the Road Slayer. And he does also have a teammate in here as well, which will be mentioned later on. So I look forward to that. So we'll let Sprat get round and we'll move on to the next driver.
So next up we have Jay Taylor. Bit of a mention in the programme for Jay Taylor, and as you can see there, he's showing off his services, cutting that grass. You can see where he's cut it out a bit short, actually. I won't like him coming and cutting my garden like that. But this is the fourth time that Jay Taylor's been into the best of the best. Yet to get a win, which surprises me, because he is a rodder, but he's turned up tonight in a Speed Demon, and his own colours as well. No team colours tonight. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes for him. I think he's one of the first drivers to qualify 2 or 3 times in 1 month. He actually got to pick a driver last night to get into this one, which we'll hear about later on. But he actually qualified through the SBL UK Open. Last meeting, he was slightly outnumbered, I think it's fair to say, against the TGU lads. They gave him a bit of a battering. But we've got a bit of a role reversal tonight. He's got a few extra teammates in, and TGU have only brought one with them tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how Jay Taylor gets on. Yeah,
definitely will be good to see. He has left the team. He has left to the Max.
Well, yeah,
that's why he's not in colours.
So we hear, yeah. I mean, I'm never quite sure what to believe, really. I mean, he's one of these drivers who changes teams more than he changes his underpants. But you never know. You never know. I'll take him on his word.
Yeah, definitely. Right, so moving on is Steve Sipka. And this, and to be honest, it's surprising saying this myself, and he'd probably be surprised as well. This is his 4th entry into the best of the best. He's one of only 3 drivers, and we've just seen one of the drivers there, Jay Taylor, also been in 4 of them now. He represents the Wrong Way squad tonight. Not in Wrong Way squad colours, but he is part of their team. He got in this month by winning the VBRL Trigger Memorial in what was a close race, I believe, to the line. Well, last month we did see Steve on the wreck with TGU lads, but there is only one other TGU drivers in here, so maybe we will see them team up. But we'll see. But I do believe that he is on the wreck looking for a couple drivers, I believe. That's what I've heard on the grapevine. Not going to spill too much because we'll see what his action speaks like.
Man who's always up for a wreck, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. His action speaks louder than words, definitely.
Yeah. One of the few drivers in tonight who's already had a heat win as well in the best of the best. So be interesting to see if he can carry that form on into this one. So next up we have 283 Farrants. Bookies have got him down as 40-1 tonight, Farrants, and I mean, to be honest with you, I like them odds really for this lad. He's a quick lad. You'd sort of put him in the top 50 category maybe. Sort of not quite up there on the same pace as the top 10 on the game, but there or thereabouts. And he's the second of the Team Crash Zone, as they're now called. joining Spratt on the grid. I don't know how much team tactics will come into this meeting for them two, though. They both like to drive by themselves in single meetings. Farrance managed to qualify through the DW Promotions British Championship, a race I was leading for much of. He was catching me very, very slowly each lap, and I think he would have got me. But obviously, I would have let him have the win anyway, because I like commentating for you guys. He's a good all-rounder, and we also saw him in action last week against TGU in the semi-final, so he won't have to worry too much about getting smashed up by the TGU lads tonight, and hopefully he can get himself a good race and enjoy the evening.
Yeah, definitely. Farrance is a good driver, to be honest, and he's been. It's good to see him racing tonight. So it's nice to see a new driver on the best of the best. And speaking of new drivers, we have another one, and he's completely new to me, and he'll be new to you as well, Trusty, which is Righty, and he has come from Wreckfest Team Championship, who does their singles league. He qualified the other Monday in their one-car series that Gypsy Driver puts on every Monday, which is going through every single car in the game, which, to be honest, I have been in to do a couple of them, just not had a chance, but definitely get yourself involved in that.
I've heard you're a big fan of the Bugzillas.
Yeah, definitely. Righty currently sits third in their National Points Championship, so obviously they're a regular there and got some good pace if he's sitting that far up with the points. This is an unknown for me. He's one of these drivers that anything could happen. We had one last month. We had Dizzy Dex. We know nothing about, and he put on a right show and was really, really good to watch from start to finish. So I'm looking forward to what Righty can perform to us today in his Road Slayer as well, in the yellow and black colours. So we will look forward to that. On to you, Mr. Twist.
Yeah, so, Righty, we raced against Righty's team last week in the WCC, and he's a very good driver, to be fair. He was one of their rodders, so I'm expecting big things for him. And I think I'd have my money on him for the final. But moving on to the next one. So next up we have number 23, Staples. He's been in this competition before. I think he's only missed the one. Comes in at 7-1 tonight. Yep. And he does have a heat win under his belt. He came from the Cage Figure of 8 World Final. And in his own words, he claimed that with a lucky win. Cage is run by Bryson, and it's already been mentioned in the programme, but Bryson shocked the community this month by announcing a new alignment with VBRL. Great to see that happening, and Bryson's been somebody who I never thought we'd ever sort of manage to come up with an agreement with, but Bryson has been very good in bringing the results from his league into the points for VBRL. And if you want to know what Bryson's meetings are all about, then you've got one on tonight at 11 o'clock. So bangers are your thing. That might be the one for you to go and see.
Yeah, definitely. Staples also a part of Team On Your Brakes, who's got Outcast in here as well. So maybe we'll see some team racing from them tonight, but we will see moving forward. He's a good driver nonetheless, so he could possibly get the win.
Doesn't sound like their team, mate.
No, but he has got a few enemies in here, so we'll see what happens. We'll look forward to the battles there. So the next driver, which it was seeded into the best of the best by Jay Taylor last night by winning the Wreckfest Banger League. It was one of the rules where the winner could choose the driver to seed into tonight's meeting, and Jay Taylor had already qualified 3 times, I might add that. During this month, he picked Harry PB 2008, which used to be Young Harry, to those who are unsure of who he is. I'm sure he was something before that as well. He comes into this probably just happy to be in here, to be honest with you. He's one of the drivers who races every single night. You will race against him a few times. He's sort of there or thereabouts. He's normally in the mix. He's not a driver you always see up the top, but he's always putting it about, and you have a good race with Harry. He's not a driver that you'll ever see doing the dirty. He'll always do you fair, and always have a good race. Another Road Slayer tonight. Quite a favourite car of drivers tonight, this one. So we will see how he gets on in that. In the blue and yellow there, still part of to the Max colours, and sadly there isn't a load of them in here, so whether there is any wars going on, he may be a part of tonight on his own. Oh, actually, no, he's not on his own. He's not on his own. I do like.
No, he's not. He's not.
Yeah, there is
We'll
another
come
one.
back to that, though. Yeah, good driver though, Harry. I'm glad to see him in the best of the best, and one of those drivers that turns up to meetings, never gives you any hassle, and just does the meeting, says thank you, and leaves it there. So next on the list, coming back again, two best of the best on the trot, 717 the Ginge, the track star seat for this month, out in his favourite sweeper by the looks of it. I love the colours on that car, the gold at the front and the red at the back. That's not a colour I've seen Ginge use before, but it has been a few years since I've raced with him. So he's at the pointy end of most of the points tables of the leagues he does. He does Wreckfest Banger League, he does Trackstar, and I think he does a few of the stock car leagues as well, and he's always either first, second or third. So he's really a driver who he always finishes in the points, and that was evident last meeting. I think there wasn't a single race where he didn't finish in the top 6, and the final he finished second behind Spratt. So I would like to see Ginge win tonight, which will surprise a lot of people. He's a former teammate of mine. I did joke earlier that there's not many people on the game who aren't former teammates of mine. He raced with me back in the grid days for a team called the Superstars, for anyone who might remember those. So I think I'd like to see Ginge do quite well tonight. He's coming at 8-1 odds, which I think is probably fair. Not quite favourite, but not far off. He's the sort of driver you back each way, definitely. So that's Ginge.
Yeah, definitely. Ginge is a good driver. I do believe he races for Team Boogeyman.
I always forget to mention that, yes.
So that's probably where the colours come from. It does look quite smart.
That will be where the colours come from, yeah.
So moving forward is a second to the Max member, which is Archie. It's not Archie Rhea, apparently. It's Archie Ray. Apparently we're pronouncing it wrong this whole time, which is...
it's Irish, isn't it, Archie Ray? Is
I didn't...
Irish?
Yeah, I'm guessing so. I'm sure we'll be corrected on that as well. So I do apologise for that, Archie. He got in through by winning the Northern Bangers Trigger Memorial on Monday night. He's the only member of... he's not the only member of To The Max at the time when I writ this, because I wasn't thinking. This is his second best of the best. And he's there in a Speed Demon, so looking possibly him on the rod, but in this sort of a meeting, you can go wrecking in anything. To be honest with you, he's not in team colours tonight. He's not supporting Harry. So whether he's even in the team, as far as I'm concerned, he was last time I checked. But drivers seem to go in and out of teams like it's gone out of fashion. But we wish him the best of luck tonight.
Yeah, definitely. He's a lad who normally likes to rod, so very strange to see him out in the Speed Demon. He likes to wreck, so strange to see him out in the Speed Demon. But I could see him doing some damage in that tonight. So next on the list is Epic Sandwich, Blair Gunn. For those who might know him in real life, very unfair odds at 13-1 for tonight. You'll all remember him in the first Best of the Best series round, and he picked up the first 2 heat wins, and he's the only driver so far in all of the series to get 2 heat wins. Every other driver who's had a heat win has just had 1. So Sandwich is currently top of the tables in terms of heat wins. He's probably the Union Bear that I would say I'd like the most, which it probably isn't a massive compliment. It's probably like saying you're the best looking person in a lineup of farm animals. But at the end of the day, he's a good driver, he's a very quick driver, and a very fair driver as well. I was trying to think earlier on who my top 10 drivers on the game will be in terms of speed, and I think you'd have to have Sandwich in there. Possibly not in the top 5, but I think certainly in the top 10. So it's good to see him out tonight. He won the SSBL seed, winning the European title. So definitely a racer to watch out for tonight, and he's in the Hunter Panther, and I know the Hunter Panther goes well round this track because I nearly won 2 of the best of the best seeds using that car around here. So we will see how he goes in that.
Yeah, it's good to see another Union Bear got through this month. The Epic Sandwich, probably one of the better drivers, probably if not the best driver in that team. And it's great to see him out as well in the Hunter Panther. Moving forward, though, is the second driver for. Oh, and he's coming around in a nice yank as well for on your brakes, and as I say that, he yanks on the brakes, which is good timing. That was. Obviously, he's got his nice new set of brake pads from Dwarf, which is his captain. You know, don't forget, lads, if you need brake pads, go to Dwarf. He's the man for you. Outcast got through by winning last night's Battle Royal in what was a controversial finish. A few people aren't happy about it, as we come down to the final two drivers. Outcast drove away and Dwarf did donuts on the line, but it is what it is, and he probably is deserved to get in here. This is his second best of the best, so he can get in. He is a quick driver. He's there in a hot shot as well. One of the looks like he's possibly going on the wreck tonight, and it's nice to see some nice old tin come out for this one. So we will wish him all the luck. And we're moving on
great to see some different tin out as well. I'm very pleased to see that.
Yeah, massively.
It's a bit of a shame, really, when everyone turns up in the same sort of cars. So, talking about tin, we've got Boffy next, sporting a Wild King with cut wings. We might mention them later on. There's a bit of controversy with the Wild King and the cut wings, but I'm sure his car is all above board and legal. We've had Decky Stevie Wonder checking all the cars out tonight, so no doubt that is definitely legal. So he comes in as the Calendar Cup seed for TGU. TGU taking again another Calendar Cup this month, and he was seeded. He has the record for DD wins. He's won 3 DDs, and I believe this is his 4th appearance. I think he's won the DD every time he's turned up. So he could be a favourite for that DD tonight. He hit the scene in early lockdown, and he just quietly goes about his business, a bit like Harry we mentioned earlier. He just does meetings, enjoys them, races, disappears, comes back, races, disappears. You never get any trouble off Boffy, so he's the sort of driver we want to see racing. And yeah, I think he could do well tonight, providing he can stay out of the clutches of the former T to the Max team, if they are indeed still going for the TGU lads.
Yeah, Boffy, part of the TG, and I actually didn't know he'd been in 4. That shows how much he just goes about his business. I'd forgot, so I do apologise.
This is his 4th one. This is his 4th one.
Well, so I had forgot that he'd been qualified. So moving on to my final driver for introductions, and the next driver is someone I spent all of last year warring with on Forza, and spent most of the time finished second to him. I'm sure you'll laugh about that. He's the current SBL Unlimited and 2 litre World Champion, which he did win on Forza. Since moving over to Wreckfest, he hasn't really had much success. But things are on the up, obviously, as getting into tonight's best of the best. Kind of upset that he's not gone in blue. I did discuss with him.
Lovely paint job tonight. Lovely paint job.
I mean, it was the same paint job, to be fair to him, that he did race in the last chance that he qualified in, and which was a very challenging race. For those of you who did watch it on Monday night, he did get through to the last round. The figure of 8 at Madman was absolute carnage from start to finish that race. So the best of luck to him, and you've got the final driver, I believe.
I've got the final one, and just before we go for the final one, been asked to give a shout out for Yoggett in the chat. So a big shout out for Yoggett. I believe that's a nickname for Harry. So the final one is the 150 to 1 outside bet, the big dog. Coming out in his Barton Boy colours war wagon. He's actually listened to Sean. I did spend the evening last night listening to Sean to tell both of Harris and Big Dog they had to race in their colours. So it's good to see one of them listening. Big Dog qualified through the entertainer spot, beating the Joker and Shorty in a very close-fought battle. There was only a vote in it. It's the second time we've had a father-son team as well in this one. But unlike the first time, Big Dog and Outcast are on different teams tonight, so we could see a bit of father and son smashing each other up. I was speaking to Eddie last night, which is always a challenge, but I was speaking to him last night, and he promised me that he's going to do 5 laps, and if he's not in the top 3 or 4 after lap 5, he's going to turn it round, he's going to create some entertainment. Unfortunately for us in the crowd, his 5 laps will probably equal 20 for the other drivers, so we might not get to see him turn round. But hopefully he miscounts his laps and he'll be on Oppo soon and giving some entertainment for the crowd.
Yeah, fantastic. I like that introduction there. Well, at least one of the drivers listened. Anyway, I can't get him to listen in team meetings either, so it makes about right, doesn't it? But it's great to see two of my drivers from my team in here, and it's fantastic to see everyone in here tonight. It's racing in this. There's a few different cars in there. There's the favourite car tonight. Does seem the Road Slayer.
Definitely.
But, there's a few good cars out there. Didn't forget to mention Staples and the El Matador as well, which I don't think we've seen one of them before in a best.
No, that's
I could
nice
be wrong.
To see that. Nice to see that, I must admit.
So fair play to him. Right.
So hopefully drivers will be starting rolling shortly with Spratt at the front. Pace car has pegged it, so if anyone in the pits can fix the pace car for us in between heats, that would be great. And Jay Taylor starts to move now, which is good.
And
so
they
the
get
drivers
rolling.
Start rolling. So they're all coming round now, so buckle yourselves in, lads. This is going to be the start of the best of the best round 5 on Xbox One. And here they go, Spratt leading the way out with Jay Taylor second, Steve Sitka in third, and Farrance in fourth. Steve Sitka already in on Jay Taylor, letting his feelings known straight away there.
Yeah, Spratt gets the lead early on in this one. It's, no surprises there. Starting off pole, Harry hits the curb, then goes rolling over into turns 3 and 4. Not sure what's going on there. Here comes Epic Sandwich coming in for a hit on him. Sat on his side. I think that's knocked a wheel off Harry's car there, and Epic Sandwich pulls away. Harry may be a bit disabled for the rest of this race with only 3 wheels left on that wagon.
He needs to get himself down to Sleazy's Pets one of them. Spratt still leading the way here on lap 4 with Farrance's teammate in second, and as we speak, Righty moves his way up into second, and now Ginge into second. A great race here developing for second place. We might jump on board with that.
Big Dog just put Jay Taylor in hard there, taking most of his health off. We're already seeing Big Dog turn it round. I don't think have we got to 5?
We well, the leaders have got to 5. I think Big Dog got to lap 2.5 and decided that was enough for him. And Ginge now out into second place.
Massive head on Farrance there. It's going for the big ones.
He is, and Ginger's been collected by a wrecked car on the back straight. I think that's Harry wrecked already on the back. I mean, he did only have 3 wheels, so he's probably done well to get it to lap 6 on them 3 wheels. But we're still on board with this battle for second between Righty and Ginge. Spratt way out in front. Are you surprised to see that, Sean?
No, not at all. He's one of the quicker men on here, isn't he? And he started off pole in this heat, so managed to get away clean and just drive away. Ginge there in second place, though, with Righty on the right, on the back of him there, going into 1 and 2 now. Possibly Righty looking for a move up the inside line. Are we going to see him make a move? He's just nibbling his back corner. I don't think...
We just saw in the top corner there, Steve Sitka just went straight to the El Matador of Staples. That was a great hit there, and that's put Staples way down into 9th place. I think we'll see him on Oppo from this point forward.
Yeah, we just seen Epic Sandwich rattle Harris round the plate fencing round on turns 3 and 4. It's, Big Dog's now managed. He's got stuck on the curb on Oppo. He's trying to get going, and then you can see the smoke pouring off the rear wheels. He's managed to get going. Who's he looking for here? Epic Sanders also turning around there in the Hunter Panther. Outcast goes in the side of him. Here comes Harris in the back of him, and he's gone through the back of Big Dog there. Harris has got 3 wheels left. Buffy goes in for a hit now as well. Staples goes in for a big one. Epic there. It's all kicking off down on 3 and 4.
Sprat has been done by Outcast on Oppo on turns 1 there. Big shot from Outcast in his hot shot. Sprat has managed to ride it well though, and he comes away still with quarter of a lap lead over Ginge and Righty in third. Steve Sitka still in fourth. And Sprat has been put up on the infield, but he's managed to get off. That was epic sandwich on Oppo. Sprat got caught up. No,
I think he was caught on the curb there. I think he was caught on the curb, but Righty's right on the back of him now.
Go on to lap 13, 3 laps left.
Righty takes the lead going down the back straightaway. And Outcast has just gone flying into turns 1 and 2 now. Righty's got caught up with the dead car of Outcast. Here's Staples is in that mix as well, but he's a lap down. Ginger and Righty now. Your second and third driver, Sprat's managed to get away clean again. Massive hits going on 3 and 4. Boffy is getting involved with Archie Ray and Steve Sipka. As the race hottens up at the front, Steve Sipka just going for a huge shot there on Archie Ray.
We're on last lap now, coming up to the last corner. Sprat is going to come up to this carnage. He's got Boffy waiting, Archie Ray waiting, Steve Sitka. Can he get through? He gets held up by Boffy. That's Staples coming through, but Staples is a couple of laps down, and it is Sprat who takes heat 1 of the best round 5.
Yeah, that was carnage there on 3 and 4. The guys just they got absolutely. It was like a DD there on 3 and 4. They just forgot about the race and thought we'll start wrecking each other. It was brilliant.
It's what we want to see, though, isn't it? It's great action. Drivers have turned up tonight, and they're only out to entertain. They're not that bothered about winning races. As much as it'd be nice to win a race, a shot is probably a bigger prize for some of these lads. Great performance from Jay Taylor, I think, to get back up to 4th place, having been put in on the first corner. With the damage settings the way they are, when you get put in on this sort of track, that is usually race over straight away. So for him to battle back up to 4th place, you've got to give it to him.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good race there for Sprat. It's leading from start to finish. Got caught up at one point and nearly lost the lead. Ryder got it very briefly, but Sprat managed to get it back. So this may be, we may see a repeat of this in the final maybe, if he gets away clean. But has he got a target on his back now?
I would have thought so. It gets to the stage with some drivers where if you don't take them early, then you're not going to get them, are you?
No, definitely not. So I would just like to mention thank you, Holmesy, for the follow and the bits. I really appreciate that, fella. And Porn Esco, thank you for the follow, mate. And I noticed you did ask how you get involved. If you search on Facebook for VBRL, all the information is on there. You can get yourself involved into meetings and possibly qualify for a best of the best, which will be next month. We will announce the date later on in the meeting for that. But we're moving on to heat number 2.
Yeah, so Decky coming into the chat here. He's picked out Sprat for winning the final. I mean, that's probably stating the obvious there, Deck. I mean, you're not trying to get my speed bird through here to get it out of the way. Am I okay to retire, Sean, or has your car developed some problems?
No, I'm all right. The engine's got no issues. I'm just going to pull forward a bit for the lads. So the engine's good this time. They changed it in between, so we're all right. We've had problems with the little Thrasher before, but we managed to find a new shell for this one.
You've had problems with your little Thrasher before, mate?
Yeah, I have, yeah. Do you have problems with yours?
That's the best of us, mate. Well, I don't think so, but I've been told there's been issues in the past. So the lineup again is the same for Heat 2 in terms of the front line. We've got Jay Taylor on the inside this time, though, with Sprat on the outside. Outcast sat in third there, and Steve Sitka in 4th place. Righty on the inside of Ginge on row 3. Boffy and Sandwich on the inside of row 4. We're just trying to get the camera angle so we can see. Big Dog and Harry PB on row 5. And Farrance and Harris on row 7, with Staples and Archie Ray making up the final row. as Sean takes them round on the pace lap as he brings them up to the last corner. He's going to bring them up to the last corner at this sort of speed, and then you'll see him drop the power straight onto the infield, and we'll be racing from there. Brings them round. The pace lap is looking much better than we found last month. There was a bit of shenanigans last month, and here we go. Jay Taylor manages to get away with Sprat in second place, Outcast in third. Boffy making a charge through there though, and Outcast is going to put Boffy wide. Gingy's also making a move up the inside with Righty, but it's Jay Taylor and Sprat out front now as they come into turns 3 and 4. Sprat just patient up behind Jay Taylor, and he's now making a move up the inside as we see Outcast in the background there getting fired into the fence, and Sprat up the inside of Jay Taylor, and Jay Taylor back up the inside of Sprat on turns 1 and 2. These two out front are having a cracking little stock car race.
Yeah, definitely. I see Jay Taylor managed to squeeze past Sprat there up the inside line. Sprat getting away now in the Speed Demon. So, as better known to a lot of people, it looks like a Supra. Sprat trying to come back at him now up the inside line. There's a lot of hits going on behind, but we're still watching the top two at the moment in this one. Really good battle again. They are side by side again, going on to lap number 5. Absolute fantastic racing hit from these two.
These two racing side by side and chucking in 16.7s. I mean, I can't chuck a 16.7 in on an empty track, let alone racing side by side. There's one of the Barton boys spun round on turns 3 and 4. That could be the end of the race for Harris. And Big Dog around on turns 1 and 2. I don't think he was on Oppo there. I think he's just been spun out. That allows Jay Taylor back up the inside of Sprat. And Big Dog, one of those live wires. You don't really want to pass him clean, but when you're battling with a driver as fast as Sprat, you kind of need to. And Jay Taylor now takes the lead, clear off Sprat, with Ginger's managed to pull these two back, and he sits in third with Epic Sandwich in 4th.
Yeah, definitely. Harris has gone. He's one of the first wrecked in this one. What's happened to Staples on turns 1 and 2? As we're going down to see what's going on, whether he was stuck or not, he seems to be. He's lost a wheel. Staples has lost a wheel in this one. This is the thing with the intense damage. If you get put in hard, you do go down to 3 wheels. So you have got to be careful with the shots. And when you do get done, wasn't sure who did him. Righty and Oppo on turns 3 and 4 there. Staples.
Yeah, as you say about the 3 wheels, Righty was sideways on that top corner and got in the way of Sprat, which has allowed Jay Taylor up into the lead now, and he's got nearly a quarter of a lap lead on Sprat in second place. And Farrant's up to third place. Good performance from Farrant's here into third place.
Yeah, definitely. Jay Taylor way out in this one and clear, going on to lap number 11. Sprat possibly looking to get him right. He was going on up. Steve Sipka got massive hit, and Big Dog goes in as well there on Staples. Absolutely huge there. I hope everything's all right. We're looking for a thumbs up there from Staples. That was a driver's door shot. I do believe he's lost his left arm as well, so he may need to get stitched, so he might need to go see Sleazy after this one.
Jay Taylor's just been done by Steve Sitka and Boffy. That's unfortunate for Jay Taylor, who's having a cracking race with Sprat, and he's been taken out of this race now. Combination of Boffy there and Steve Sitka going in on him has left him nearly wrecked. But Sprat out front, about a quarter of a lap lead over Epic Sandwich in second place, possibly more actually, possibly nearer to half a lap lead. Absolutely flying this man.
Yeah, he's flying again, possibly a favourite to win the final again. Big Dog, massive hit there on Boffy. So he goes in for the hits. Big Dog is not backing down tonight. Epic Sandwich goes in for a hit there on Big Dog as well. That takes a lot of health off him. It's Epic Sandwich there in second place. Jay Taylor in third. Steve Sitka goes for a T-bone, and Archie Ray there. On turn 4 is Archie Ray on Oppo. Who's he looking for? He's looking for Epic Sandwich. He goes for a hit on him. So Steve Sitka goes for a jack up on Archie Ray there.
Coming up to the last corner for the leader. Second place is an absolute country mile. And there he goes for his second heat win of the night. Going to try and jump on board with Ginger, who's battling for third and fourth. He's going to come home in 4th place. Jay Taylor takes 2nd place. Harry PB in 3rd with Ginger in 4th. That's a good performance from Harry PB, Sean. Did you see much of him in that race?
I didn't, to be honest with you, and it is a shame that. But Sprat was away out clearing that one. Maybe we'll see more of him in the next one. We didn't see much of him in the first one. He got wrecked early on. And he got unlucky to the intense damage with the 3 wheels left on his wagon, and as was a couple drivers in this one. But some fantastic wrecking in this one again. This is heating up to be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, if we take out the all-comers from last meeting and the DD, that is now 4 race wins on the trot for Spratt in this series. He had Heat 3, the final, Heat 1 and Heat 2 today, and that takes his heat totals up to 3, so he is past Epic Sandwich now in terms of heat wins. And he looks like the man who is possibly going to take the final as well. It's going to take some driver to stop him.
Yeah, it's going to be a tricky one, this, isn't it? I mean, are they going to let him start on front row again, though? This is the question. I'm just making some slight adjustments to the pace car, as it was a little bit soft, if I'm honest. It nearly rolled over on that pace lap. So
that's no surprise with you driving it, Sean.
Cheers, Twisty. Appreciate that.
Absolutely no surprise.
A couple in chat did mention that. Cheers, Holmesy, again for some more bits. I really appreciate that, mate. Appreciate for the 10 bits there. And Big Dosser, cheers for the follow, mate. Thank you so much for that. So, any of you are watching, make sure you search VBRL on Facebook, and we will. If you join the group on there, we will put you in the right direction to all the other fantastic leagues that are being represented tonight. There's not just VBRL. There's got SBL, Trackstar. There's so many. There's 9 leagues.
Cage Promotions, Wreckfest Banger Community, SSBL, SBL, DW Promotions, WTC Banger League, Wreckfest Team Championships. That is actually. They're all worth joining. There's meetings every night, and if bangers is your thing, if stock cars is your thing, then you won't have a night where you've not got something to do.
No, definitely not. It's the community's growing every single week, and it's getting better and better. So, Heat 3. So this one, I've just knocked Boffy's rear bumper off. Nope, Spratt's done me head on. Jay Taylor on inside front though in this one.
I think that's possibly the first thing Spratt's hit all meeting, to be fair. I mean, he's been driving an absolute blinder so far. He's not put a foot wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
So
he's proved a good performance for this one. I'll hand this one over to you.
Yeah, so we've got Jay Taylor once again on front row, this time alongside the Ginge. Outcast and Big Dog on the second row, father and son there, both in the meaty vehicles. Expect some big shots if they can get on the back of these two on the first corner. Wrighty and Steve Sitka on row 3. We saw what Wrighty can do in Heat 1. In Heat 2, unfortunately, got a bit of a stiff shot off someone, and that put him out the race early. Harry PB, row 4, alongside, I can't see who that is next to him, that's Archie Ray. So a couple of wreckers there. Staples on row 5, alongside Farrance in his El Matador. That car does stand out amongst the rest. Boffy and Harris behind them too, and right at the back we've got Spratt, who is just hanging back there, looking like he's ready. And here goes the pace car now. Jay Taylor following him, Ginge tucking in behind Jay Taylor, and they've already got a bit of a gap between them and Big Dog and Outcast. Big Dog and Outcast aren't going to get to these two, are they? And Big Dog gets a bit of a punt off someone else, and Outcast is sat upside down on turns 1 and 2. That is not where you want to be at the start of Heat 3. Ginge has made his way back up the inside of Big Dog. Always very nervous when you pass Big Dog clean, and Big Dog there, he was looking for a shot, but Ginge is there. He's an old dog at this game. He knew what was coming, and he managed to get out of the way of that. Great performance there. And unfortunately puts him down to 6th place. We're going to try and jump on board with Jay Taylor, who leads this race by a quarter a lap from Steve Sitka in 2nd, and Staples up into 3rd in the El Matador.
Yeah, we've already got some action down on the where the Oppo is on 3 and 4 now. Harry's already lost a wheel in this one. Wasn't sure who he got put in by. He's not got much health left. Epic Sandwich is there with him. Big Dog goes in for a jack up on Epic Sandwich as we keep an eye on the action on turns 3 and 4. Jay Taylor's still out front. Steve Sitka in 2nd place, showing that he can go. He can do the wreck and do the rod. But there's the man so far tonight. It's Spratt in third place. We may see him take another win in this one.
That's coming all the way from the back of the grid. We did see a stiff shot on turns 3 and 4 from Epic Sandwich. I believe that was on Archie Ray down on that corner. And Archie Ray going in on Steve Sitka. What a shot that was in the background. That puts Spratt up to second place with Ginger now in third and Staples in fourth. That's a good performance in the El Matador. Fourth place, you can't knock it.
Yeah, we're just seeing Big Dog rattle Epic Sandwich around the fence there.
Somebody has just stopped Jay Taylor on your turn.
That's Boffy. Oh, massive hit there. That was absolutely huge from Steve Sitka on Boffy. Massive hits. I wasn't sure who stopped Jay Taylor, but the massive hits are going in on 3 and 4. Absolutely massive big ones.
The wrecking crew is again waste on turns 3 and 4, and they don't seem too interested in Spratt or Ginger at the moment. They seem to have the targets and they're sticking to them. Big Dog pulls in behind Spratt. Is Big Dog going to try and do something here with Spratt? He's not done. Spratt comes up behind a bit of park carnage and manages to get through, but Ginger's closed up the gap there. Ginger's one of those drivers who he'll find a gap where there isn't one, and if there isn't one, he'll make a gap.
Yeah, definitely, it's proven to be a good one. This, with there's a few drivers right there as you were talking them. Big Dog, massive head on there, and Steve Sitka goes for a jack up as well on 3 and 4 on Big Dog. Here comes Outcast for a T-bone on Sitka, and that puts Outcast stuck on the top of Boffy's dead car there. There's a few dead cars down here on 3 and 4. It's carnage over here, absolute carnage. And as a result, Spratt is in the lead.
Yeah, they're in a league of their own here, Spratt and Ginge. Spratt is putting in 16 sixes, and Ginge won't be far behind that. But it's so difficult to catch a man that fast when there's... I mean, there is stuff on Oppo, but they all seem to be having their own little battles, and Spratt is just managing to find his way through and keep his car clean. He's barely got a scratch on it.
Yeah, definitely. So we're not Big Dog, one of the wreckers in this one. He's still going. It's just the Rodders left, and Spratt coming round to the final, on his final lap now. Harris just being lapped by Spratt there. Ginger in second place, and we are looking like we're going unless Spratt gets taken out here by Harris. Big Dog possibly trying to turn it around. He's not going to do Spratt, and Spratt's going to take the win. Big Dog looking for someone. Who's he gone for? And he's gone for Staples. Big hit there on his El Matador there. But he's still going to probably get his 5th place in this one. And that's the end of the heats for tonight's best of the best. And Spratt takes a 1-2-3 in tonight.
Hat trick of heats for Spratt. Can anyone stop him in the final, Sean?
Well, this is it, isn't it? I mean, no one's won 2 best of the best finals yet. No one's qualified. No one's done it yet. So, could we see that tonight, or is he got too much of a target on him?
Well, there's only one driver can do it tonight because the other best of the best final winners aren't here tonight. So it's all to do for Spratt. And we'll get these drivers lined up as quick as we can for the final, but I believe we're going to have a little bit of a chat, aren't we, in this interval?
Yeah, we are. I do believe Big Dog's gonna join us for a chat. We will get him in.
You're waiting for Big Dog to come and have a chat with you. Why don't you head over to his burger bar and try out his burgers? He promises us there's no horse in them, but obviously we cannot guarantee that. And here he is, Big Dog.
Have you included your audio at the top of the party, Big Dog?
Yeah, I've now. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Can everyone just make sure you can hear Big Dog? Just let us know in the chat.
Give us a thumbs up if you can. So, are you enjoying it tonight, Big Dog?
Yeah, I am quite well.
Notice you putting the bumper in quite a bit tonight. Is there any
Told you I was
targets
going
you've
wrecking.
got? Or
No,
well, I
told
know
was
you
going
said
out
you was
wrecking.
going wrecking. I know that.
I noticed Boffy with a couple of shots going across the centre, but I don't know what that is or who's it for.
Well, I mean, I've not seen Boffy going across the centre. That's a bit controversial. That I mean, I don't know how you've managed to spot that racing, mate. But I've
Well,
not
I
seen
got
that. Have you
told by a
seen that
couple of
shot?
people, but I'm just getting told. But no, it's a good meeting.
Yeah, I think in terms of the general racing, it's probably been one of the best so far. Everyone seems to be getting stuck in. We have had a few complaints from some of the spectators about your burgers, mate. Some of them are having to have a few trips to the toilet. Is there anything you'd like to say on your burgers?
No, not really.
Not really. Not really.
No,
You
not really.
stick to your.
They need to go to the toilet, they can.
Have you got that? Have you got that on the side of your van, mate? Big Dog's Burgers. If you need to go to the toilet, you can.
I thought I'd have a war on with a couple of people, but don't seem like I've got a war on.
No, it seemed a bit quiet so far, mate. But you're gonna have an extra few laps in this next one to try and make a war.
Well, if I ain't doing no good by fifth lap, I'm turning it.
Well, have you made 5 laps tonight, Eddie? This is the question.
I finished a couple.
Oh well done, mate. Well, it's, you've been putting on a show anyway. I've been watching the action go on. You've been putting some massive jack-ups in tonight. So you've been definitely putting on shows with Steve Sipka and a couple of other lads on Oppo. So that's great to see. And I'm good. Do you have a favourite for the final?
It's close. I haven't got a favourite because they're all good enough to be here because they've done it to get in. But I'd like to see probably Spratt retain it. If not, Jake to win it.
Well, definitely 2 favourites there. Spratt's 3 out of 3, and Jay Taylor's had some really good pace, so there's no surprises there. So I think are we getting nearly ready for the final?
I think we're nearly ready for the final.
All I can just say before I go is there ain't no team racing in it. They're all going for each other, so which is a good thing. So that's the main thing, really.
That's great to hear, mate. That's great to hear. I mean, one thing I would like to ask, mate, is would you stop putting me in meetings, mate? You're too rough with your shots.
You can't. You're black and red, mate. If you're blue, I'd leave it alone. If the Barton boy, I'd leave it alone. But there we go.
You're saying I need to change my colours to Barton boy colours?
We've got an agreement.
Controversial.
Isn't red and black not a real team? If I remember rightly, Twisty, is it?
Oh, here we go.
Right, you go and get yourself
strapped
in.
Sean, you stick to your farm.
Cheers, mate. Right, we'll speak to you later, Eddie. Thanks.
All right, mate.
Thanks for the chat, mate. Ta-ra.
Yeah, so great to have a chat there with Eddie. Always an entertainer, both in the party chats and on the track. And he's been entertaining tonight. Really will not be going anywhere near his burger van, though. I think, personally, I'd much rather have a go on Rob's Wanger. So I think they look more succulent. Don't know about yourself.
I've already had a couple to myself, to be honest with you. A couple Rob's big wangers. I'm talking of wangers, though. There's been some massive ones going on tonight in the heats. Do we think that the final's going to be lively, or are we expecting a roddy one?
I am expecting half the lobby to go rodding and half of the lobby to go crashing, and I think most of the people looking at the lineup will probably know which ones are going to be rodding and which ones are going to be wrecking before we even start the race. But that will be my prediction. I said at the start of the meeting I think Righty might win it, and I'm going to stick with that. And I generally hope he does, because Wreckfest Team Championships, I don't think they've had a winner yet in this Best of the Best series, so it'd be nice to see them get some recognition for their great league. And I think it would be unfair of me not to mention that Wreckfest Team Championships Banger Teams League is due to finish, and there's one team at the top, Sean. Do you know who it is?
I do believe it's what's the team name? It's not a real team, isn't it? Fat Boys. That's it. Yeah,
It's Team Fat Boys, mate. Black, red, and a little bit of gold now.
Do you have any of your Fat Boys in here? Just out of curiosity.
We've had Snapper qualify for a few. He obviously pays a good price for his qualifications, but he always paints in orange for some reason when he qualifies. A bit of paint he bought from the car boot, I believe, that he's been struggling to shift. So.
Oh, right. Is he one of them, is he?
Yeah.
Before we do get on
he's one of them,
with the final, I would like to thank Dwarf there for the bits as well. I really appreciate there for the 70 bits, mate. I do apologise, it took me a while to notice them. Thanks for that.
It's nice to see him available for tonight, because I did hear a rumour that he wasn't available the other night. It's good to see him turn up for this meeting.
Yeah, there does seem to be
in the chats.
I'm not sure what they're going on here with the grid.
Like a cafe, and we might open a cafe up, mate. So Sprat and Ginge are making up the pole position. I mean, I think Sprat did try and start at the back, but we've got a lot of chickens that have decided to turn it round and go to the back of the grid. I think that's only fair to say. So it's Ginge and Sprat starting on row 1, Steve Sitka and Staples row 2, Outcast and Jay Taylor row 3, as Sean starts to take them round now. Row 4's made up with Sandwich and Righty. Row 5, Farrant and Harry PB. Looking a bit further back, we've got Archie, Ray and Boffy on row 6, and Big Dog and Harris on row 7. The Barton boys doing what they do best there and sitting at the back of the grid as they bring them round onto turns 1, coming out of turn 2 now. The tension's beginning to build. You can see in the background there's another punter rushing from Big Dog's Burgers to the toilet block. They're going to miss this one. Make sure you do not miss this one, though. Get your cameras out, get your video out, and get this one filmed. And Steve Sitka's sitting back a bit here. He's possibly going to try and get a bit of a jump. As we come round turn 1, and here we go, it's best of the best round 5 final as we start this one. Sean is going to try and get out of the way of these two charges at the front, and Sprat comes down to turn 1, followed by Ginge, and Staples in 3rd place. Righty's up on the curve trying to get up the inside of Epic Sandwich in 4th and 5th, and it's Sprat still in 1st place, Ginge in 2nd, Staples 3rd, Sprat already building a bit of a lead, and Righty going back up the inside of Epic Sandwich there. 2 wheels up in the air, he's going for this one. But it's Sprat out in the lead, Ginge 2nd, Staples there, Boffy there, nearly a lap down already. Interested to see what's going to happen with him as Sprat comes round to start lap 4.
Yeah, this is another dominant performance here by Sprat in the Road Slayer. He has been the man to beat tonight. It's around here at Kingston Raceway. But Ginge again with another good performance. There's Staples in the El Matador. He's not been the quickest tonight, but he's up there at the moment. Let's see if he can possibly catch and pass Ginge here. He's on the back of him, whether he's got enough pace to get up him. And Harry there I wasn't sure who put who in there, but he had lost a wheel in. He was involved with Steve Sitka on turn 4. And I think he's down to 3 wheels again. Not much luck for him there. I think he needs to tighten his wheels up for Dave Taylor not doing very well down in 8th place in this one. We may call him out of this one at the moment, but it is still very, very early days.
Yeah, lap 7 now, so still 13 laps to go. Sprat is just on the back of Boffy, and Boffy lets Sprat through, but he doesn't go in for the shot on him. Sprat gets a lot of respect from the other drivers, and generally, as you can see, it's from the way he drives. He never really puts anyone in, he just sort of goes about his business going past drivers, and that's a good way of not making any enemies. As Staples goes up the inside of Ginge on turns 1 and 2 there, he's going to move his way into 2nd place. Ginge on the outside in 3rd place. Sprat moving past Harry. And Harry's going in for a shot on Sprat. Sprat's faced the wrong way, and that's going to allow Staples and Ginge through into 1st and 2nd, just as we were saying that Sprat gets a lot of respect from some of the other drivers. we see that Harry PB there giving him no respect at all. I mean, to be honest with you, Sean, from a spectator's point of view, that's good news for us because it was beginning to look a bit boring there with Spratt out in the front.
Yeah, it was definitely. And Steve Sipka's now getting involved with Staples. We've seen him before getting involved with Staples before. He's on the brakes there. No surprises there, which is the name of Staples' team. And he's putting him in. He's putting him in on turns 1 and 2. Massive hits there going in. So that's put him down to 5th place. But has he got all his wheels left? I can't see it at the moment. I think he's still going. So we've got this. But Ginger's took the lead there in the sweeper. And Farron's in 2nd place. He's managed to sneak through now. Here's Spratt, though, in 3rd place as well. We may see a battle. Inside is Farrance going down the back straight away. Eddie, here comes Big Dog on Oppo. A massive hit on Farrance. Didn't take much hit, but Boffy goes for a big one on Big Dog. And a T-bone there from Staples as well. The big ones are going on so far.
In on the back of Ginge. Spratt's now moving up the inside of Ginge. What's Ginge going to do here? He could do to really get Spratt moved because... if Spratt gets away, and he has managed to get through, but Epic Sandwich now sat in 2nd place right behind Spratt. We're going to try and get this action to you as quick as we can. Spratt has been pushed wide by Epic Sandwich. Epic Sandwich up the inside of him. Spratt on the outside. Epic Sandwich manages to pull a bit of a lead on Spratt. Spratt goes back on Epic Sandwich. Great race this.
Yeah, definitely was a really good race. Spratt managed to get the lead again in this one, but Epic Sandwich is possibly looking for a lunge. He went up on the shale. He puts himself in the wall. Spratt getting a bit of distance between him now, but Gin's there in 2nd place. Managed to get past Sandwich. Here comes a massive Oppo hit there from Big Dog, and Boffy goes for a T-bone as well. That's put Big Dog on his roof. I wasn't sure who Big Dog was going for. Harry's turned it around now as well. Who's he going for? Is he going for another hit on Spratt maybe? As we're on lap 16 currently. Spratt there in 1st. Ginge in 2nd place. Epic Sandwich gets a T-bone from Harry and Big Dog.
4 laps this time from the starter man, and Spratt and Ginge are out front. It's looking like it's going to be a winner from one of these two at this moment in time. Steve Sitka has turned it on Oppo, and he goes through the back of Archie Ray. That has got in the way of Ginge, and that leaves Spratt now out in front. Quarter of a lap lead. 3 laps to go this time.
Yeah, there's... it's been an interesting one. Big Dog's been killed. Steve Sitka and Harry are getting involved with each other. Spratt still managed to get away clean. Epic Sandwich on Oppo as well. Ginge there in 2nd place as we're on lap 19 with Spratt on turns 1 and 2 there. Archie Rhea going down the back straight, coming off the shale. Who's he looking for? Leaving Spratt alone. And he's righty went in there.
Shot on Spratt. Didn't quite get that right.
No, Ginge is there in 2nd
Last
place.
lap this time.
Last lap. What's going to happen here?
That was the last corner looking.
Carnage, but I think Spratt's going to get this. And Archie Rhea is looking at Oppo. Here comes Steve Sipka as well. Neither of them take it. And Spratt is going to take back-to-back wins. That's 4 out of 4 tonight. And he is your round 5 best of the best champion. And makes it through to round 6 for next month. Well done to Spratt there. Absolutely fantastic race. It's commiserations to Ginge again. Really, really good racing from him. He did try and he just got unlucky. He got caught up. I think Spratt doesn't have any enemies really, so there's no really surprises that no one was going for him. So what a race.
No, I mean, we talked midway through that race about drivers people respect, and we were saying about Spratt, you know, and you could see the difference when Staples got in the lead. It took a lap for people to turn around and stop him. Whereas when Spratt was leading, there was nobody really after him, and that is basically down to driving style. You know, Spratt is known as one of the cleanest drivers, whereas Staples is known as one of the dirtiest drivers on the game. So great to see Spratt taking a what's that now? Win number 6 on the trot.
Yeah,
if we include last month. It's dominant performance again. Ginge, the runner-up, the bridesmaid once again. Genuinely disappointed to see him in 2nd place there. I think he deserves a win at some point. You know, maybe Spratt will turn it round in the all-comers and give someone else a go. But Sean, we'll get Spratt in, and I might leave you to have a chat with him, mate, whilst I just nip to the loo.
No worries. Cheers,
I
Holmesy, for the bits there, fella.
Big Dog's, I made the mistake of walking past Big Dog's trailer, and I'm desperate.
No worries. It's Hiya Sprat. Have you included your audio?
Yes.
Fantastic. And 3 wins tonight. Well, 4 wins, I should say. 3 heat wins and a final win, and through to round 6. Back to back. How do
We're
you
just
feel?
having a cruise, aren't we?
Well, it looked like that. Made that look easy, didn't you?
Well, no, to be honest, I didn't want to win any of the heats because I knew like that'd be tough, that final, and it were a good race, so well done by all, really.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, there was a good battle between you and Gingers at early on in that one, and
Yeah, it was good. I was lucky I was watching the map when I passed right because I seen him coming, so I didn't slow down.
so at least you don't have to worry about trying to qualify for next month.
Yeah, I can go on holiday again, can't I?
Well, this is it, isn't it? Well, you're now running North Bangers, though, aren't you? I believe.
Well, it's something that just we haven't really spoke about it just yet, but I think Drew's had enough of it, so I'll take over it because it's been good so far. So
yeah, it'd be great to see you take it over, mate. And it's from what I hear and see, it's a really good league. I've not had time to go there myself, but
yeah.
What do you going to put it about a bit in the all comers, or are you looking for another win?
Well, I might as well go for 5 out of 5, haven't I?
Might win the DD as well. Get go for 6 out of 6.
No, I'll leave that to someone else. DD's not my thing.
Well, obviously not, mate. It's,
as Josh Cantor says, I'm too scared to use my bumper.
well. I think the only thing you hit tonight was the pace car, to be honest, when lining up. But
well, sometimes you've got to do it.
Well, this is it. It's not the first time the pace car's been put in at a best of the best meeting. So. Well, thanks for coming in for a chat, Sprat, and good luck for the all-comers. I suspect this one may be a bit more carnage.
Probably. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Well done, Sprat.
Cheers, mate.
See you later, mate.
And as Twisty comes back from the loo, is everything all right? No issues, mate.
It's it's fine. Maybe do with a loo roll sponsor for next meeting, perhaps, if we're going to keep bringing Big Dog's reheated burgers back. But I did manage to listen to that interview whilst I was sat there, and he mentioned about himself having a cruise. I think some of the other drivers there, they did give him a bit of a run for the money. I think Harry PB went in for a big shot on him on one of the races, one of the laps rather, and that set Sprat back a bit and put him in the clutch of France and Ginge and Staples. But them drivers perhaps too busy fighting each other, and that just allows Sprat to get back on to the back of them and take that win.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get out of this group here. Are they going to let me out? There we go. And cheers, Holmesy, again for the 14 bits. I really appreciate it, mate. Thanks for that. Holmesy being very generous tonight. I really appreciate all the support from everyone and everyone watching. It's been fantastic tonight. And everyone competing in this. Farrance just knocking the tailgate off my pace car here.
It's great to see Team On Your Brakes chucking out the bits tonight. I noticed in the final there, Staples was giving a few bits to the crowd as well when his car got put into the fence. It's really nice to see. So you're being pushed, Sean, by Farrance on inside of row 1.
What's
Harry
going on at the
PB
back?
Joined him on the
what they're doing at the back there? I see some hits already going in.
We will zoom out a little bit, see if we can get a bit of a view. There seems to be some battling already. This isn't what we want to see here. You might have to start taking them around, Sean, and just leave them to it, because these lot at the back are letting themselves down a little bit there, which is a shame. It's been a good meeting up to now. So Farrance and Harry PB will start on row 1. Out on row 2, we're going to have Ginge and Outcast, and Jay Taylor's just gone straight through the back of someone there on the pace like that's not good, that. And I think the sponsorship for Jay Taylor's grass cutting services could well be removed from them for the next meeting. But yeah, so the serious races at the front, we got to Ginge and Outcast on row 2, Staples and Epic Sandwich on row 3, Righty and Harris on row 4, Big Dog and Sprat on row 5, and off they go. And Sean Taylor pulls onto the infield, and that's going to leave Farrance in first place with Ginge. We are currently looking at the wrong driver here. Let's try and get ourselves onto this battle for the lead. Ginge moves up the inside as we move on to lap 2. You can hear some big carnage there, and Farrance goes in on the back of Ginge, spins him round, and that's going to leave Ginge prone for all the others to come through. And no surprise to see Sprat coming through in second place. Righty is battling with Ginge and Harris for fourth, with Staples in there. And Epic Sandwich going in for a massive smash on turns 1 and 2. Getting too excited, Sean.
So calm yourself down. We're still early on.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate.
I know the all-comers is something we look forward to very much so. But here we are. Farrance in the lead. We've not seen him take the lead, but Sprat in second place, looking for 5 out of 5 in tonight. He's looking for the most dominant man, but Ginge there in third place, looking to take this all-comers win away from him. What are we going to see here? F1 still facing the right way. Massive following there from Archie Ray on Buffy. And here comes Jay Taylor. He hits the fence. Well done there, Jay Taylor hitting the fence. He's don't know what he was aiming for there. Sprat is all over the back of Farrance now. Is the going?
Yeah, I don't know whether you can see next time they come round, Sean. Farrance's car, the front outside does not look good. He still seems to be setting good lap times, but that wheel doesn't look like it's far off being gone.
Yeah, the tracking's not looking good there. There seems to be a bit of action going on the home straight there with Boffy. Not sure who that was. Just with Jay Taylor. Not sure what's going on there. Whether that's from payback from last month's Best of the Best, where he spent most of the time on the grass. Archie Ray slowing up now in front of Sprat and Farrance. As Sprat gets round the outside line and he gets put into the turn by Farrance. That was a fantastic move there by him. He spins him out and he's just been jacked.
Sprat up.
What a move, and that's allowed Sandwich up to second and Staples in third.
That could be the end of the winning run from Sprat. Sprat all the way down in 10th place now. I think he's actually turned it around. That was a good shot from Farrance. Strange to see teammates taking each other out, but that's what this series means to people. And Ginge with an almighty jack up on Sprat. I think somebody had to do it, and Ginge was the man to step up to the plate. As Farrance now with a decent lead over Epic Sandwich, can Team Crash Zone take all the wins tonight?
Yeah, well, this is it. Farrance is in the lead now with a car with not much tracking left on that. Sprat he got clipped and got killed by Boffy there on the home straightaways. He was looking for someone. I'm guessing he was looking for Farrance. There's a few nearly dead cars. Big Dog's already gone out. Not sure what happened to him. There's his car on the back straightaway. Staples in second
wasn't taking any chances though. He still went through the back of it just in case.
Yeah, Farrance has got a fairly convincing lead in this one. Harry just kills himself on the wall there. Not sure what's going on there. It seems like he's had enough in this all-comers. It's fairly roddy in this one.
Yeah, the leader has got clear track in front of him and he's pulling away from the fella who's a lap down behind him. He's got 3 laps to go this time. It would be nice to see Farrance get a win here. He's another one of those quiet drivers who just gets about his business. Archie Ray has turned it around on the last corner, but he didn't go for Farrance. He's gone for Boffy instead on Oppo.
Yeah, Boffy's also turning it around now. They're going for the shale hits on the infield. This is no surprise here to see a to-the-max driver on the infield with TZU. This is deja vu from last month now. On the shale comes Jay Taylor coming across the infield now on the back of Archie Ray. They're on the shale. They're keeping their action off the track in this one. Don't know what they're doing
going
there.
Into last lap here, Sean. It's Farrance still in the lead with Staples second and Epic Sandwich in third. Farrance just needs to get round this corner. He's got
Here's Ginge
waiting for him. Ginge coming
puts
in.
a hit on. Here comes Jay Taylor. Jay Taylor goes in the side of Boffy. Here comes Righty. Righty is looking for a win possibly. He gets taken in by Epic Sandwich. What's going to go on here is to come down the start-finish. Epic Sandwich is going to take the win. What a close finish that was. Farrance in second, Staples in third.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely fantastic finish there for that. Fair play to Ginge. He did this last month. He was in second, I believe, last month's all-comers. Turned it round to take the leader out. And he nearly won himself, but ended up getting killed as well. And he's putting on a show, and massive fair play to him.
I think last month's Allcomers was memorable for the fact that there was only one car left running. If you remember, it was Kiffer in the Wingman that was the last car running, I believe. This time it's memorable for another reason, because there was a 4-car finish there going across the line. That's the closest finish I've ever seen in a Best of the Best series race. I'm glad it was you calling the action as they went across, Sean, because I had no idea where they were going to finish there.
No, neither did I, to
great
be honest.
To see Epic Sandwich.
Yeah, it was great to see him get a win. The Union Bears driver get a win there. It's really, really good. So the finish for that one was Epic Sandwich, Farrington, Staples, a righty as well, nearly got it as well in that one. He did try, and then Harris finished in 5th. So, that is the last of the races tonight. It's well, I'm hearing from Gru, who said that last month's Allcomers was better. Now, obviously you'd say that, Gru, because you were in it, and it was a TGU dominant one. But I think they're both good in their own right. The finish there at the end was fantastic. There's no doubt about that. So
yeah, you can't really knock that finish. That could have been anyone's from the top 4 there. And I think at some point they all led it on that last corner. Yeah,
definitely. It's been a fantastic meeting. And as we get ready for the DD for the final race of the night. So,
yeah, and I think what I'm going to do myself, Sean, I think I'm just going to retire my car up in the middle of the track. Because we don't want to see these drivers rodding round too much. We want to see them putting the hits in. So we're going to try and get on the free cam with this one and just see what action we can pick up.
Yeah, I've been sitting on turns 4 most of the night, watching all the Oppo going in. So that's where we will continue to sit for the DD.
Well, we might try and focus our action on turn 1 and 2, then see if we can try and cover as much of the track as possible as these drivers. Hopefully take out some of that stress that they've been feeling throughout the meeting and finish some of the other drivers off. I mean, there are certain drivers who perhaps have an advantage in this one with the cars they've picked. I mean, I like the look of that Wild King and that War Wagon. They could be ones to watch. Big Dog putting in a big hit on the fencing there where the starter stands, so that's probably not the best place to put your shot in. Jay Taylor putting Boffy in already.
Here's what's going to go on here. What the action? There's a lot of cars on the infield. I forgot this was a shale track.
It's a DD though, Sean, and the action is anywhere people can put a hit in, they'll put a hit in. The marshals are well positioned tonight for the DD. They won't be anywhere near the middle, so them drivers are safe to go around there and put the hits in.
Yeah, Farron's put some massive hits in on Oppo there. He goes for a hit on Harris there on the back straight away. Here comes Epic Sandwich. Epic Sandwich drives around that one. Staples following
right,
around.
He has just jacked Outcast
big
up
T-bone
on
from
turn 1,
Farrance.
and then
yeah, that's a big
going through him. I think Farrance did just as much damage to himself there as he did to Outcast, but a great hit.
Yeah, Jay Taylor there on the grass again. He's making sure that grass is ready for round 5 for next month. Getting that all nicely mowed. It's Boffy there is getting caught up by him. Here comes Big Dog as well. It's, across the infield. Taps Boffy there. Not too many big hits in this one. More drivers seem to want to be on the infield. Staples got a massive T-bone.
Head on.
Yeah, that was a big T-bone there, I think. It's, Spratt seems to be doing donuts on turn 4. He gets a head on there from Harris there in the Panther. He's not looking so healthy in that. We're not seeing much from him in this one.
Jay Taylor and Archie Ray down this end. Jay Taylor, of course, he mentioned he's no longer part of the team to the max. But it certainly looked like him and Archie Ray were picking on Steve Sitka there. Possibly rightly so. Steve Sitka's been giving some big hits to Jay Taylor and his former teammates tonight. Harris going straight into the back there of the dead car of Farrance, and Outcast going in on Harris and finishes them both off.
And Sprat just got absolutely jacked up by Gins there on turn 4. Harry got killed as well in that one. So we look who's dead in this one. Outcast, Harris, Epic Sandwich, Farrance and Harry are already dead. So we've already got 4 out in this one.
Big hit from Righty on Sprat. That finishes Sprat off and takes about half of Righty's
Ginge
health
goes in
off
for a
him.
massive jack up on Staples as well. Oh, and it was a big T-bone from Big Dog, I believe that was, across the infield. I'm not sure who that was on. I think it could have been Righty on the home straightaway.
I think you're right. I think it is, and that's Righty out of it. I believe. Oh no, I think Righty's up your end.
Righty's still going. He's only got 3 wheels left. I'm not sure who's.
I tell you, that might have been Sprat's prone car.
There's Eddie looking for a hit on Righty. Doesn't really get much health off him. Eddie's looking a bit worse for wear there as well. Outcast has gone as well as Sprat.
Started this one in an El Matador, Staples, if you remember. He's now driving around in a Nexus. That's quite a transformation there on the infield.
Yeah, there's some Staples isn't looking in the best of shapes either in this one. There's a few. Ginge seems to be stuck on the grass, and here comes Staples to just help him off.
Yeah, he's left himself there for Staples to come in. Wasn't a massive shot from Staples though. That looked more like he was nudging him off the curb as opposed
Jay
to
Taylor,
jacking him.
big jack up off Boffy, and Righty possibly looking for a hit, not been able to hit anyone. I did hear a hit behind me. I wasn't sure who that was. I think it was Steve Sipka. It looked like he's gone now as well.
Yeah, Ginge went in on someone down your end. I couldn't quite make out who it was, but he finished them off, whoever it was. So Archie Ray has got a tap left in him. Is Staples still moving somewhere? I know he didn't have much in the way of health left. Jay Taylor probably
Staples
looking in the best shape at this stage.
So we've only got 5 drivers left running in this one. Archie Ray goes for a jack-up, and that kills him. He kills himself on Boffy. Boffy hasn't got much health.
Jay Taylor, lot off Boffy though.
Yeah,
Big
Jay
shots
Taylor
on Boffy,
has got the most amount of health in this one, along with Ginge. And Ginge goes for a massive shot on him. Big head on there. Righty just been able to stay out of everybody's way. He's only got 3 wheels. I think he's struggling to keep going. Jay Taylor looks for a hit on Boffy and misses. And here comes Ginge to try and take a bit more health off him. Boffy goes for a big head on Jay Taylor. Here comes Ginge. Ginge misses the shot. This is.
I think Ginge, the veteran out here on track, he knew at one stage Jay Taylor had more health than him, and he's just spent the last few minutes following Jay Taylor around, and he's done some serious damage to him. And that now leaves Ginge in the position of having the most health left on his car.
Yeah, Righty's struggling to even get driving here. I think he's lost both of his front wheels. Well, one's embedded right back in the engine bay there, so he's struggling to even get driving. Jay Taylor cost this one for him, getting involved too much with Boffy and getting desperate for his hits, and cost us a lot of health there. Ginge now being chased down by Jay Taylor there. So Righty trying to chase him as well, but struggling to even get going.
Righty's desperate to get involved in this fight, isn't he? But he's just struggling to get that car turning, I think.
Yeah, Jay Taylor turning Ginge sideways here. What's going to happen here? So Jay Taylor, known for not wanting the head-ons, so he'll fight to the end, and he goes for a T-bone there on Jay Taylor. On Ginge, sorry, I'm getting all my names mixed up.
Good T-bone, that, to be fair, from Jay Taylor, and I think he'll be disappointed to see that it didn't take more health off Ginge than it actually did. I mean, fair play to Righty here. He's trying to get involved in this, and he does finally get involved with a big shot coming from Ginge on him, and that has pretty much finished, well, it has finished Righty off, so now we're left with Ginge and Jay Taylor. And short of a miracle, Sean, I can only see this one going one way.
I can as well, yeah. This was, at one point, Jay Taylor was the one to beat, isn't he? And in any DD, if anyone ever racing, you know that Jay Taylor is the one doing laps around the outside line, staying out of everyone's way. And he's normally the driver with the most health at the end of it. He seems to get confused between what's a race and what's a DD. He rods more than me in DDs, and there we go.
No confusion there, though. Ginge finishes him off.
And Ginge finally gets a win tonight. He'll be happy with that. He wasn't able to get a win in the rest of tonight. But there is your DD winner, Ginge. He's been the runner-up for most of tonight. And he finally gets a win. So massive
Looked
well
like he's
done to
settled
him.
some old scores there as well. He's just jacked my car up. I think it's great to see him finally get a win. I think he definitely deserves one. Another 3 second places tonight in the heats. 2 second places in the heats and a second place again in the final behind Spratt. So, nice to see Ginge pick up a win in the DD there.
Yeah, definitely was a really good one there. And Ginge just going round it in a few cars, hitting Jay Taylor there again for good measure. And as we finish off now for tonight, I would like to thank everyone for watching tonight's stream, and every single promotion and every driver that's got involved over the last month, and anyone that's raced the qualifier and has got involved in some way or another. You've all been a part of this and really appreciate it. Next month, best of the best. We are hoping, just looking at the dates now, probably looking at the 30th of September. That is yet to be confirmed, but that's looking for next month's best of the best. So we've got about 4 weeks away that, so long enough, but we will get the post and stuff up ready for that. But if don't forget to get involved throughout the month and get on to the promoters when the best of the best qualifiers are going to be.
Yeah, definitely. I am being asked if this is actually Xbox. This is actually Xbox. So if you have an Xbox yourself and you're not already part of the community, get yourselves out into the community. Send me a message, send Sean a message. We'll get you hooked up with all of the different leagues there are out there. There's a league every night. So if you can only do one night, we will get you into a meeting. And you could be racing this meeting next month even.
Next month, yeah.
You can race it next week, but you're racing by yourself.
Yeah. So in terms of streams, though, there will be another one shortly for the Formula One stock cars. If you want, there will be no
Formula
commentary.
One stock cars, yes.
We will be racing that. It's going on very shortly. But in terms of commentary, tomorrow night is the Calendar Cup final between. I've forgot between On the Brakes and TGU there.
On the Brakes and TGU.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
One last question, Sean, and I think you'll know what it is. We're being asked who got entertainer of the meeting. Who was your entertainer? Difficult one to pick this week, wasn't it? Because there was a lot of good drivers out there who were putting the bumpers in regularly.
Sipka one that springs to mind. Eddie, another one that's Big Dog. He springs to mind as well, putting some. Boffy as well was also going for some hits. He just sort of kept rodding and just putting the big shots in. So I think it's a tricky one to say who that was really.
Yeah, definitely one of those though. I think Sipka probably will get my vote out of them three. Very very close, but he didn't go past the car that was sat in the fence tonight. I don't think, and that's what you want from an entertainer. It's not necessarily who turns around every race. It's who puts the big hits in when they get them.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you all for watching tonight's Best of the Best, and we hope to see you very, very soon.